Let me explain how flows works today. Okay, so let's start. Let's go to dashboard, then we'll go to flows. Okay, so let's start with explaining a simple one. I start with creating new flow, give a name like test Amir, whatever it is, and I enter some description like test description, so you can understand where things goes and how things works. Okay, so it's just created, and you can see this is the flow name and this is the flow description. Okay, description just for understanding how what this is about, otherwise it has no actual use. Okay, now how this flow works. A flow actually a list or a combination of multiple steps, and we call each step as nodes. So each node means one step, one action, whatever you can call. Suppose first add our first step. Okay, so add new step. That means we will create our first node, what we can call, let's call this step, first step. And for node type we have couple of different types like send message, collect input, condition, action, await, typing effect, and inflow. Let me give a quick example. Send message means this node has no other action, it just send a message to the user, no expectation for user response or anything else. Okay, so when we use send message, it actually send a message then jump to the next step. But for collect information input, it actually collecting information. So in collect input we also send a message with this node, but we send a message and wait for user reply. Whatever reply user give, it will actually store as the response of that node. Okay, so suppose we ask what is your name. So if we select that one as a collect input and user reply anything, we will save that conversation, save that specific message as username. Okay, so that's it, I will explain later. Then another one is condition. So condition means we can orchestra or define different conditions or set of rules. And like if you have 10, what I can say, like if you are a man you go to men's toilet, if you are an woman you go to women's toilet, like that. Okay, so I'm sorry I use toilet as an example, maybe not appropriate, whatever. So in condition we can make a lot of conditions in different approach and even navigate or divert the conversation flow based on the condition. Okay, I will explain that one also again. An action kind of similar with the condition with a little difference. Condition actually follow action based on condition, but action actually fixed action. When we select an action, it can be like, we can call like in the conversation here, or we can say call like now run another flow. Okay, maybe in certain point we ask the system now start a flow like where we discussing about pricing that data, like something like that. And wait actually very small or simple task. It's actually when we use wait, we just create some artificial waiting period or delay period. Typing effects exactly same as waiting, but in that case user also see someone typing effect. In conversation in messenger or WhatsApp, we can see when opposite party typing something, there is a typing effect there. Maybe same thing for AI chatbot, we can see similar effect here with waiting period. And in flow you can understand things when at the end of the each flow we create a inflow, and inflow means that close that flow immediately and follow other tasks. Okay, so let's start with send message for example. And for the first one, let's say hi, how can I help you today. Okay, and then we have other three options here for send message note. Number one, quick reply button. I skip this one. I will not use this one now because it will unnecessarily make things complicated. And then we have two other option. One, delay before next step, and show typing effect. As I already told you, we can have separate wait node and separate typing effect. Also we can combine this waiting or delay with each node, and also add the typing delay. So I think you can understand things, yet let me explain. By default, each node delay around 300 microsecond. It's like 1/3 second. Okay, but we can change that default behavior, like we can add like 1000 microseconds. That's like 1000 microseconds. Okay, whatever time that is. And we can also add delay effect also, and we can also combine both. So whatever we do, it will affect accordingly. And by I prefer to add typing effect generally every nodes, but it depends, because sometimes we specifically need the typing effect, or sometimes we don't need them. It depends on conversation type. Okay, so let's complete this one. I probably speak too much. Click add step. So we have our first message type node. Add new one. Explain how collect input works. So once we select this one, it actually adds a few extra variables. First of all, again we need to enter message. So when we send a collecting input, we actually send a message, then wait for user response. Whatever user reply, that will all actually treat as the answer for that question. Okay, so suppose like we can evaluate, think about like that. Before start any details, please tell me your name. Okay, so this question will be sent as a message, then we collect the name. I mean, here is we collect name, but we collect the information, and we must give a name for that information. That is for variable name. So suppose we use user underscore name, then input type, whatever user enter, we treat those as text in that case, because name is a text. And then there is an option for next step order. In this kind of node, we can jump in between different steps, but I'm not using those. And again, same way, we have delay and typing effect. Let's add new one. In this one, like condition, not condition. Let's add another information. Please share your email. User underscore email, we should add. Okay, so suppose our conversation goes this way: hi, how can I help you today? Please. Then user may enter anything. We will say, please tell you, before start anything, give me your name, and then we say, please share your email. Then we will send another, just a simple message like nice. Suppose we already received the email also, name and email. Nice, that helps a lot. Okay, tell me how can I now tell me how can I help you today. Okay, so again okay, that's it. So this is the fourth step. In this stage, we will wait for users collection, and then suppose user send anything like what is your product price. Okay, so in that case we use actually condition like select condition, then add condition rules. Our variables actually this means last user message, so this condition actually evaluate users last message and offer it based on that. Like we can see select equals, that means it suppose okay, so it offers for like equals, contains, greater than, less than. Suppose our previous message was how can I help you today. So when user enter anything, so we cannot specify like equals here. We can say contains, maybe user asking for pricing, so we can add first condition like pricing, like we can step like 10. Okay, you can remove rules also, we can add another rule, same contain step like 15. Let me explain. No, remove this one and fallback like 20. Okay, and again, so this like we add some condition here, we this define this like this way. When user replies something as, we just ask this node to check if he is specifying anything like pricing. If he is saying something about pricing, that means we assume our clients wants to know about our pricing condition, and we add pricing related information in this step 10. Okay, same for if users replied with something called features, and we assume user actually wants to know about our product features, and we add product features in step 15. And if anything is not go under this condition, we add a fallback step in step 20. Okay, so add step. So I think it's kind of clear to you. Anyway, let's just continue. And then another thing is action. So it also kind of similar with condition, but a little difference. Like it is actually for instructing our bot. Suppose we can define like in some stages when our lead collect completed, we can tag user. Okay, we can update status like connected, qualified, covered, lost. We can call other flow if we have other flow, like here we have a test flow here. In this case, this action actually, if we select this one, in this stage it will actually start this test one flow immediately. Okay, or restaurant test as well, and inflow. Maybe in action we also can add inflow. Okay, so we use like tag user, and in tag user we can add any tag, and it's kind of complicated to explain you right now because in our database we use different kind of tags for users, like maybe new lead. Okay, qualified, etc. Anything we can add. And tagging, we can use tag in different way. It actually it's kind of flow builders liberty. Flow builder can create a lot of ways to use things. Okay, let us move forward. We'll see. Then waiting is simple. We can just add delay duration, and we can effect add effect. I'm not adding this one. Same thing for typing effect, almost similar. Actually we can keep only one and use that as for both things, but anyway, as it is. And I just click add slow. So that's it. I am not sure if you can understand my speech. I'm sorry because of my accent. Anyway, hope you can understand. If not, just get back to me, ask me any question, I will reply with as much as I can explain. Okay, so that's it. This is how flow works. And another thing I've almost forget it, after editing anything we have to save flows, otherwise flows not saved and you will lost everything. So maybe you saved a flow couple of times during the time, because after a long time you might forget to save, and when you click back you will lost everything. So before click back, make sure you save a flow. Okay, so okay, so we have three flow here, and again you can see one one active and two inactive. So if you want to use any flows, you need to click three dot and activate the flow. I am not using this one. Let's refresh. Yeah, but I'm just showing how to do this. And again, let's check the settings. We can change flow name, flow configuration, fallback message. Fallback message means when anything goes wrong and flow cannot reply, it reply this one. Final assignment. Okay, let's back. Okay, we can okay, so that is it. And also we have different other options. We can save flows for global setting. We can use different kind of templates we have already, like maybe we select this one, click next, we'll give a name, sample welcome, create from templates. It is taking much longer for some unknown reason. Probably my internet speed is not okay today. Anyway, so this is the our welcome message. You can see send message. Let's check how this configured. Okay, hey there, welcome. How can I? Okay, then step 2 actually is collect input. Then condition last request. Okay, you can see we select variable as last request. Okay, and you can see our previous collection is last request. So we can use this variable name anywhere in this flow, because what we collect here, we collect that as a last request data. Okay, so you can I believe you can understand that one like this. So suppose our last request was in containing word price, it immediately go run the step 4. But if it contains book, it actually skip this one and send this message. Instead of sending step 4, it jump to steps 5. And if it is not anything about price or book, it's fallback. That means not messing, do not mess with any rules. Then it jump to the step 6. So step 6 is no problem at all. Please leave your question and best contact details, and we will get back to you shortly. Okay, so that is the classical example. Let me Okay, so I think we should stop here, and you should have a uh, basic idea how things works. If not, let me know. I'm always here to reply with you. Okay, bye. Thank you very much. Have a good day.